Spring has sprung here at Stage Right. It is a glorious time of year. We have school ending, summer camps getting ready to begin, and one of my favorite parts of our season is our student company shows at the end of the year. You know, Stage Right didn't always do student company shows. It's one of those things that has progressed as Stage Right has progressed and grown. It got to a point where our student body was so talented, and we wanted to give them as many opportunities to perform as possible, and we came up with this idea of sort of an end of the year thing, because we're not a dance school, so we don't do recitals, we don't do things like that. Instead, we do fully produced shows, like we're doing this year again. The teens are doing The Wedding Singer, and the preteens are doing Hairspray Jr. Two fantastic shows, two parts of the American culture which are really exciting and really fun to investigate as actors and as artists. Hairspray Jr., of course, is set in the 1960s. That mid-60s, not late 60s, where everything is still shiny and perfect and new, but there's some, cracks in the veneer, and things are coming through involving civil rights movement and things like that, and the music is changing, and there's starting to be a clash of young people and old people, parents and their kids, clashing over music and television and things like this. And Hairspray, set in Baltimore, of course, is based on the John Waters film, but this musical has very little to do with the John Waters film except for the characters. It became a Broadway musical, a big smash, Tony Award winner, and it tells the story of this plucky young girl, Tracy, her best friend Penny, and the trials and tribulations they encounter on the way to getting on the Corny Collins show, which is kind of like the Dick Clark show of that time, of that area. And there's, of course, the villains who represent the class of people who don't want things to change. Velma and Amber, their mother and daughter crew, which are hell on wheels, and they want things to be their way. And it really is, it has a beautiful message of this, no matter who you are and what you like, that you should be accepted as well, that everybody should have a fair shake. It's really a story of an underdog who overcomes what was a changing thought in the American psyche at that time to there becoming equality and young people's music becoming the dominating music. It's a beautiful story, and at the center of it are these wonderful characters, Tracy and Penny and Tracy's mom Edna, and it's a great laugh, and our preteens are having an absolute blast with it. And they even get to play a blues singer, Motormouth Mabel, who does this fantastic song all about, well, you'd have to hear it. It's from the 60s. It's very girl group kind of a feel. It's just fantastic music and a great message. And Hairspray Jr., you will absolutely love it, done by our preteens. Now our teens, they're going to explore the 1980s and the musical The Wedding Singer. Now The Wedding Singer, of course, is based on the Adam Sandler, Drew Barrymore movie. They have a new movie out right now. They do one every 15 years, they were joking about on TV. Wedding Singer was their movie. It was done to lovingly poke fun at the 1980s. The musical does the exact same thing, but it gets a chance to even go further with it. Many of the musical styles of the 1980s are sort of lampooned, and we hear the first rap song. Can you believe that the first rap song was from the 80s? And that's done in the show. And of course the wonderful hairdos and the leggings and the big hair. I was from the 1980s. I'm sure many of you were as well. It was not a very attractive time. But it was a fun time. And the crazy dances and the Running Man and all these things. And again, at its heart, it has an underdog, Robbie, who wanted to be a rock and roll star, but kind of got caught up in real life and has become a wedding singer, who then gets his heart broken. And this is the story of how Robbie kind of gets his groove back and figures out life and falls in love. And along the way, his friends have a wonderful change. And this girl, Julia, she gets stopped from marrying somebody absolutely wrong for her in a very 80s style, wrong for her kind of way, Falcon Crest, Dallas kind of a feel. It's a funny show. If you love the movies like Flashdance and things like that, you'll love this show because it harkens to that time period. And it really is. It's funny, and we laugh every time. In fact, we were just rehearsing today. We were doing the wedding scene, and it is every 1980s wedding I ever went to as a young boy. All we need to do is be serving rigatoni and chicken right there, and it would be perfect with the dances and the throwing of the bouquet. So it's a blast. It's a beautiful show, and it's just fun. I mean, where else can you have Cyndi Lauper and Billy Idol appear in the same musical with Barbara Bush? I mean, it's a funny show, and one that you'll absolutely love. So we have Hairspray Jr. and The Wedding Singer, both being done by our student companies. My favorite time of year.
Oh, that was yes, got it?
Shannon did exactly what you had done. So she literally was like, that was awesome.